Setting up one thing here. All right. Well, welcome. It is Friday, and of course, it's holiday weekend. Christmas is coming up on Monday. And when I was growing up, we would call it, of course, Christmas Eve. Was the day before Christmas, and then the day before that, my siblings and I used to joke that it was Christmas Adam, because Adam and then Eve, right? Um, so I don't know what that would make today, but um, Christmas, the day before Christmas Adam, whatever that is. So happy Friday. Trust you're having a great week and a great day. One thing you're probably seeing a little bit of a theme here. I'm on a platform called Be Connected, which is kind of like a new Zoom, basically, video conference system. And you can stream to other platforms. So you can stream for free. You can stream on any two platforms. So you could stream on any two of the major platforms. If you wanted to go on Facebook and YouTube, or LinkedIn and Facebook, or any of the two major platforms, you can stream on live, which is cool. It also has, and let me share my screen because I don't think you're getting the full picture. I don't think you're seeing those buttons on the left. So let me share my screen here. Okay, now you're seeing the full picture here. So over on the left right now, you have an option to put up to 3 different buttons. Normally, I have my picture on the top left. In this case, I've kind of set it up as a Santa button. Now, if you're on this platform, you click on that, it goes to my Be Connected profile, so you could actually connect with me, which is similar to connecting on LinkedIn or connecting as a Facebook friend. There's the middle one there that's Kevin from Home Alone, and that actually would take you to my LI training website, which is just simply lane.stater.com. And then there's the Christmas scene on the bottom left. And that's where you can connect with my LI training group on Be Connected. So as you can see, there's some cool buttons, clickable, simple, easy buttons, and you could dress it up how you want. You can personalize it, unlike some other video conference systems. This is the only one I know of that you can fully personalize it. You can add your own, background pictures, other than, a virtual background. We get that, but you can add your own virtual background picture behind that and behind that. So you can have actually 3 layers. You can have the layer where someone actually is, this screen right here, where you're seeing me. And right now I just have a black screen. I'll be experimenting with some different options with that soon. And then you have your, background to that, and then your background. And then you can have these clickable buttons with your logo or other themes to it. So kind of fun. So let me stop sharing now. All right. Well, first of all, I didn't tell you the other. I didn't show you the other secret. So let me do that too. It's a secret up till now, but I'll let the cat out of the bag, as they say. I don't know. How did they come up with that story? Cat out of the bag? What in the world was that all about? All right, so let me share with you. I created this on AI art. So there's a cabin in the woods there. And then, I think this might, I don't know if these two things are going to work together the way I currently have it set up, but we'll give it a try. So there you have Christmas music. So you could actually, I'll share my screen again here. Entire screen, allow. Okay, so now you're seeing the full screen. So if you were in my video conference room, I could click on a picture. I could just simply show this, my Christmas theme background, and play the music. So that's kind of fun. You can have all kinds of fun themes and music and pictures and little videos. Oh, speaking of videos, let me share. I won't play the whole thing. This is like 2.5 minutes or something, but I'll just play the first 30 seconds of this little video here, and you can tell me if you recognize this little video here. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna kill that kid!
Okay, so just kind of fun. You can play little snippets of video or longer videos or whatever you want. So it's kind of fun. Just be connected. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Um, all right, so let's talk about today's topic. Today's topic is let's talk about headshots because going into the new year, you may want because we got what a week and a half, about week, just a little over a week of the year, and then it'll be 2024 before you know it. If you're doing anything new for the new year, you may want to consider updating your social media stuff. So you can be seen, heard, and found on social media. So one of the things you may want to consider doing is your personal headshot. So right now, you saw one of my personal headshots is Santa Claus, just kind of as a fun thing, but you can do your headshot itself. So now what a lot of people do is when they do a headshot, they do a picture of them climbing a mountain, maybe, or maybe they are, surfing. I've seen that as a headshot. Maybe someone has a bunch of people, but a headshot typically, if you're talking about LinkedIn or a lot of these things, people want to see your eyes. People want to see you. That's why they look at your picture, is to see and appreciate you. And so let me give you an example of what I mean. Now, let's just suppose for just a moment that you are Bigfoot. Now, I'm not saying you have big feet. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about though is what just go along with me for just a moment. So let's say that you're Bigfoot. Now, what you don't want, if you're Bigfoot and someone is popping in your social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever it is, be connected. What you don't want is a picture like this, right? Because first of all, you can't hardly see it. Yeah, this is one that almost seems like someone's wearing camo or something. So that's not really for a headshot. Now you could definitely add it to your social media pictures, but as far as a headshot, people would like to really connect with you, see the whites of your eyes, or in Bigfoot's case, the the dark of your eyes. Maybe there's a little bit of white in there, but so basically, people want to see your eyes. They want to see your close up. They want to really connect with you. And so, of course, you know, this is a little bit interesting because it's kind of at an angle, and that's okay. But I think this is probably about as good of a picture that you would get if you were the photographer. If you're the photographer taking a picture of Bigfoot, that this is probably about as good as you're going to get, right? Um, so, so how do we go from something like this to something like this? Well, the simple answer is you just move your camera like that, right? You get a close up. That's the simple answer. But how do you really make your social media headshot pop? Well, let me do this. I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to go over to LinkedIn, and let's just find a picture of someone just as an example here. So I'm going to LinkedIn, and I'm going to go to someone random here. Let's look at this Mohammed Hamada. So if you can see this, first of all, kind of a boring background. This is kind of that greenish, bluish, teal background. This is kind of default background that a lot of people choose when they're just setting up their profile just to set it up really quick. And then, of course, there's his picture. Now, one of the things with his picture is it kind of cuts it off. Like, does this guy can't even see if he has, hair? It kind of cuts off part of his eyes. Now, when I zoom, when I bring it, when I enlarge it or focus in on it, it's basically the same thing. It looks like this guy, you know, when we talk about um, getting a close up, this is maybe a little too much. This almost looks like he has a giant nose or something. um, so that's kind of taking it to extreme. So let's say that we want to redo our picture. Now, first part of it, obviously. Let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. So the first thing um, that we'd want to do is, of course, take a picture. Now, you can take a picture yourself, although typically it's best for something. If you have any kind of a business that you're promoting, I would recommend just hiring a professional. Hire a professional photographer to take your picture. Now, of course, there's different levels of that. I mean, there's probably high school kids that are excellent at taking pictures, and they would not break your budget. More than likely, they're not going to break your budget. So you might have a neighbor kid, you might have a son, grandson, daughter, granddaughter, niece, nephew. You might have, just about anybody that could take a picture in a budget. Whatever your budget is, if that's a concern for you, you can you can find somebody that will take a picture in your budget. I also have a friend, and if you want to get more information on this, let me know. But I have a friend that does remote pictures. So you just set up your phone. So she'll just send you information. She'll tell you what to set up and how to set it up. You set up the camera. She doesn't really break into your phone, but as far as just the camera part, she has an app where she can remotely connect into the camera part of your phone, and she can basically take control of that while you're doing the picture. So wherever you are in the world, you have internet access or phone Wi-Fi access or cellular access. She can help you take pictures right over your phone. Or you can just hire a professional, like I said. So the first step is to actually get some pictures taken. That's the first step. Then you may want to edit it or have it edited, have it shined up a little bit, you could say, to make it really pop. So I'm going to find a picture here. We already were on LinkedIn, so I'm going to share my screen here again. And let's see, share my entire screen here. All right, so I'm going to go to a website called Pexels. Pexels is, if you're just looking for a random royalty-free picture that you don't have to worry about getting sued, because if you use somebody's picture online, just realize if you use someone's picture online, and especially if it says anything about copyright on it, you could potentially get sued. So especially if it's business purposes. So let's say headshot. So let's just say you got some pictures taken. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me try this again. I keep going back and forth and got to remember to turn it back on if I want. Okay. So let's just say this guy over here. Let's say that you took some pictures and you're this guy here, or whatever it is, or you have a picture similar to this. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this picture. Okay. So man with glasses is, I'm just going to call this man with glasses picture. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Okay. Now you can have a video editor do this. So there's something like, Fiverr, myself, I could edit your picture. There's a lot of people that can edit your picture once you've taken it. So the first step again is to just take the picture. And then one of the tools I use that I love to use for a lot of things is something called Canva. And let's see. I'm actually going to go to another screen. Oh, there's that Bigfoot one that I did. Okay. So let's say that you're working on your picture. And we're going to make it a square picture here. Okay. So first of all, let's upload our picture here. Upload man with glasses, because that's our picture here. And then in this case, let's say we want a circular picture that can be used for online. So I'm going to use elements, shapes, and then there's this circle one here. It's usually down here where it talks about frames. So it's usually in the frame section of Canva if you're familiar with Canva. All right, so we could do it like that, but that kind of looks like the other one. See, it kind of cuts off the top of his head, right? So the first thing we're going to do, let's say we started with this. I'm going to delete this for now. Let's say we started with this picture. Now, what we could do is just kind of zoom it in this way. So let's try this. And I'm going to try to... Okay, there we go. So we can just finagle it a little bit. That's a scientific term for a social media professional. No, be careful. Be careful when we use this word. But finagle, it's a scientific term for social media people, for figuring it out and working on it, right? I'm teasing. I'm totally teasing. Finagle is, of course, a word meaning you adjust it or fix it or make it work somehow, right? You don't really know what you're doing. You just figure it out, right? I think that's the definition of that. All right, so we got this guy here. Now, if you look, let's see, am I sharing my screen again? Let me go back and make sure. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen again. Okay. So if I go off, I just got to go back on if I'm wanting to show you something. Okay, so now I'm sharing the screen. Okay, so let's say we like this picture. We take a picture like this. We kind of cropped it a little bit so that, you see the top of his head, you see his wonderful haircut. But you see how there's kind of this building background here? Let's say that we decided that we wanted something a little more professional to pop a little bit more, because this is a good picture. You could use it. It wouldn't be bad. But let's say you wanted this to pop a little bit more. What you could do is you could remove the background. Now, I actually have a program here that I use to remove the background. And so let me do this. Go to my downloads. Okay, that's the one, but that's not how I wanted to do it. Let me try this again. Just move this to here. Okay. Let's see if this is what I wanted. Okay, so now I'm going to save this. New pic, no background. So I'm going to call it. All right, so now we got that. Now we're going to go back to Canva. We're going to delete this one, delete this. And first of all, let's decide what background we want. So let's say, well, let's do this. Let's find a Christmas background just for fun. Okay, I guess that's kind of that could be like a city lights or maybe Christmas lights or something. Actually, let's do business. Let's just take a look at this one, see what it does. Upload. So we could do something like that. Otherwise, you could simply just make it a plain color. So see, you could just do something like this. You can make it gray, black, kind of a gradient, black or gray. So let's just say we wanted to do that. Okay, now the other thing we want to do, we're going to go back to because that's okay, but it doesn't quite look right because we haven't put in the, what do they call this again? The frame. So let's put it in the frame like we did with the other one. There we go. That looks better. Okay. So as you can see, there we go. That's kind of a more professional picture. And you could change the color, the background, anything like that once you have your picture, and you could upload it and it would look, pretty good like that. And then let me change it to white too, so you'll, So you get the idea. You're able to change your background picture, make it pop, make it a little more professional or semi-professional or fun or however you wanted to do it. It's basically, and the nice thing too is it's basically like you're creating a painting or a picture or something. You get to set it up how you want. But that's one way that you can update your headshot like this. Again, not not off in the distance like Bigfoot was, right? Bigfoot in the distance. Here we go. All right, so there you go. So with that, I mean, just consider new year. There's a lot of new things that you can do, revamp things, update your headshot, redo your, social media, redo your theme, redo your target market. A lot of things that you can do to go into the new year. For some people, if you're on LinkedIn and you're looking for a job, boom, it's basically the same idea. That's one of the first things you can do to increase your odds of getting a job is starting with your LinkedIn profile and starting with your headshot. So there you go. All right, so I did want let me wrap it up here. I did want to share with you a uh, my Christmas card to you. Merry Christmas. We're again just 3 days away from Christmas, if you can believe it. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of you. Uh, make it a great year. 2024 is an exciting year. Um, and if any kind of business that you have or career steps that you want to make for the new year, there's a lot of great options, and feel free to connect with